What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today, let's get started with the UFC matching up Darren Till against Jack Hermansson for July Fight Night card. Darren Till is going to look to get back on track in a middleweight bout against top tenor Jack Hermansson in July at UFC London. The fight was announced this weekend and it'll be Till's first fight since September when he was submitted by Derek Brunson in the third round. That was Till's fourth loss out of his last 5 fights, dating back to his 2018 loss to Tyron Woodley for the welterweight title. He's also currently on a 2-fight losing streak and is 1-2 since moving up to the 185-pound division, his lone win coming against Kelvin Gastelum in 2018. Hermansson, meanwhile, is coming off a unanimous decision loss to Sean Strickland this past February, and he's lost 3 of his last 5 fights. Still, Hermansson is the 7th ranked middleweight, while Till is just below him at number 8 in the division. This fight will take place on the UFC London card on July 23 at the O2 Arena. Jokingly, Michael Chandler talked about this fight and he thought Till was going to fight someone else. This is what he stated: "I thought he was supposed to fight that one guy who talked to him backstage." Chandler's referring to Joaquin Buckley, an unranked middleweight who came up to Till during Khamzat Chimaev's fight week for UFC 273 in April. This is what Chandler said in a response to a fan about the encounter. "For sure, I was joking. No way that fight made sense." What do you think about this matchup? Who do you think will walk away the winner? TJ Dillashaw looks ahead as he wants revenge against Henry Cejudo. After beating Peter Yan at UFC 273 to win the undisputed bantamweight title, Aljamain Sterling called out TJ Dillashaw and placed the former champion in a potential clash for supremacy of the 135-pound division. UFC President Dana White stated he thought this fight made the most sense and is likely going to take place later this year. While Dillashaw has stated he can't wait to get back into the octagon to get his title back, he's also looking ahead and sees a few matchups he'd love to get into. One of those fights is a rematch against Triple C, Henry Cejudo. Dillashaw and Cejudo fought in a highly anticipated matchup in 2019 when then bantamweight champion Dillashaw moved down to challenge the flyweight champion Cejudo. Cejudo won that fight by a first-round knockout, and soon after, Dillashaw tested positive for EPO use and was suspended for 2 years. Dillashaw returned to action last year and beat Corey Sandhagen via decision in July. He's now saying that things are moving in his favor and he can't wait to capitalize on it. Case in point, this is what Dillashaw told ESPN MMA in a recent interview concerning what he's got lined up.
I mean, all the chips are lying down perfectly right now, right? I mean, get my belt back from Sterling. I got Cejudo supposedly saying he's coming back, right? Who knows if he goes 45s or 35s? That'd be one that I would love to get back. And then we got Jose Aldo, right? A guy that I've looked up to when I first got into this sport.
Ever since he retired in early 2020, Cejudo has been teasing a return to the octagon to fight in the flyweight, bantamweight, and even featherweight divisions, calling out all the champions in each. Still, what do you think about Dillashaw's comments? Is he looking past Sterling too much? And do you think he'll one day rematch Cejudo? Fighters' reactions to Katie Taylor's win over Amanda Serrano. Katie Taylor defended her WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO, and the ring lightweight titles via decision against Amanda Serrano at Madison Square Garden over the weekend, in what is being described as one of the top boxing matches of the year. This fight made history in being the first female boxing fight to headline a bout in Madison Square Garden. This fight saw the end of Serrano's 28-fight winning streak. Serrano looked like she was going to pull off the win in the early going, but Taylor stormed back and took the fight over the last few rounds to sway the scorecards in her favor in a thrilling fight. Let's take a look at some of the reaction from the fight world. Henry Cejudo: "Incredible, what a fight." Jimmy Manuel: "Nothing but respect to those girls. That was fireworks from round 1. What a fight." Platinum Mike Perry: "Serrano versus Taylor was fireworks." UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion Julianna Peña: "So happy women are headlining MSG, but Serrano won that fight. No disrespect, for real. Nice job, ladies. Great fight." Conor McGregor: "Katie Taylor the greatest. Absolutely incredible boxing. Take a bow, ladies. What a contest." Then McGregor mocked Jake Paul for his look. "Who the f*** is this jackass in the pink Jimmy Savile glasses?" Which prompted Jake Paul to respond with this: "I'm the one who has done more for fighters than you ever have. The one who has won 5 fights in the past 2 years while you have lost 5. The one who isn't owed by Dana White. The one who made the fight you just watched happen. The one who got your hero Katie Taylor paid. That's who." To which McGregor simply responded with a photo of Jimmy Savile. Did you see the Taylor-Serrano fight? What did you think? With the UFC 274 lightweight title main event fight just a week away, Justin Gaethje is saying that he doesn't think Charles Oliveira wants to keep this fight on the feet. In a recent interview with Megan Olivi, Gaethje says, Charles Oliveira is gonna have to walk through hell like Khabib did. He better be praying every day that he gets me to the ground. What do you make of what Justin Gaethje just said? Also, who you got in this fight? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to take a second to hit that like button and subscribe to the MMA Zone to stay up to date on all of the latest fight news. Fabricio Werdum is confident in Jon Jones' heavyweight run. As a former UFC heavyweight champion, Fabricio Werdum is no stranger to what Jon Jones will be up against when he finally makes his heavyweight debut. But the Brazilian believes that Jones has the stuff to be able to compete with the big boys. Case in point, this is what Werdum had to say in a Spanish language interview with MMA Junkie. "I'm sure he's gonna do well. He's trained with heavyweights, but fighting at light heavyweight, which is very smart. Like Gustafsson, when I fought him, he weighed I think even more than me, but they're smart and they get down to light heavyweight to fight and be stronger." Despite the fact that Jones hasn't fought for 2 years, Werdum believes that his fight IQ and experience will rule the day whenever Bones finally steps back into the octagon. Werdum believes that Jones is incredibly athletic and skillful, which will translate well to the heavyweight division. He also believes that the whole thing isn't about money, given that Jones has been at the top of the light heavyweight division for the better part of a decade, and that this is about legacy. Once it's about legacy, he feels that Jones will deliver. Online reports say that Jones is currently in talks to fight Stipe Miocic this September, and this fight is believed to be for the interim heavyweight title. At the moment, the division's undisputed champion, Francis Ngannou, is out with a serious knee injury until the end of this year, and it's unclear if he'll be able to come back to the promotion as a contract still has to be hammered out. What do you think about Werdum's support of Jones in the heavyweight division? Julianna Peña's mental edge over Amanda Nunes. Julianna Peña's upset victory over Amanda Nunes in December for the women's bantamweight title was such an incredible moment for the UFC that they're running this fight back, propelled by the promotion's Ultimate Fighter reality TV series. This fight is big enough that it's warranted some extra TV promotion. The rematch has yet to be scheduled, but Peña believes that she's already got the momentum on her side, especially after how their first fight ended by a submission in the second round. Prior to that fight, Peña had consistently lobbied for her shot at Amanda Nunes. In fact, Peña had been calling out Nunes for 5 years. Finally, when the two met, Peña walked away the winner and with the bantamweight title. This is why, in a recent interview with Morning Combat, Peña stated this.
I think I've always had the mental edge when it comes to Amanda. I've been calling out this fight for the last 5 years and she hasn't wanted to fight me. She's always made every excuse, like me not making myself worthy for her, or, oh, I'm going to fight Ronda instead, or just finding a way to get out of every fight that we have. So, obviously what I feel and what I say and how I approach things bothers her because, she's made that very clear.
What do you think about Peña's comments here? And who do you think will win this fight when they meet later this year? Today's video was packed with some juicy stories from the fight world. What are your thoughts about what's going on in MMA? Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the MMA Zone to see more videos just like this. See you next time.